Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, the 27th of December. These are the charts of the day. Well, it was a pretty good day on Wall Street. For the morning, it just exploded and then drifted back down most of the session. Still closed positive gains for the day, but it was a little less as desirable. Nevertheless, a lot of stocks we followed did well today. Let's take a look at some of them. Swing trade, AKAO, finally broke out of the flag today. And you can see it pop right to a resistance zone, which I think it can get through. The next targets are going to be upwards of the 15 and a quarter and then 16 and a quarter area. We get through that, we're looking at it at $8.17 and $19.20 stock. I think this one has some legs and needs some volume. AMD continues to push, so does NVIDIA, but a lot of semiconductors we follow are doing great. This one was up another 49 cents or 4.23%, traded 44 million shares, and it looks to me like it's going to head up towards that 15-16 range. That's what it looks like right here at the top of that channel. Amcor is another semiconductor that's popping, and it looks like it's just starting to come out today. 1.2 million shares. It went up through the moving averages to close there. I'm looking for now a quick retest of the 11.75 range, and then the big test is going to be 12.5. We get through that, we're looking at 14, 15, 16, etc. AQMS continues to push, and right now it's actually an all-time high close today. 1366, and if he gets to that 13.75, 14 range, this could be 17 pretty quickly. 5.24 days to cover. Biotech ARIA also broke out of the what looks like a falling wedge today. Here's your wedge. Popped right into the 21-day moving average. Was up 43 cents at 3.5%. Traded at 3.8 million. If this continues, I look for a test of that 13.5 range, followed by 14.5, and then we're off to the races for a potential move that takes us eventually to the low 20s. Nice day for CETX, up 13.6% on good volume of 1.3 million. It was also the highest close we've seen. This goes all the way back to August when the stock peaked out to 569, 659. It came back down into the 3.75 range. Today back up to 650, closing at 642, up 77 cents, and it did it on pretty good volume. I think the stock has legs. I think it's going to 7.25 and then 8.5 eventually. Something around 12 or 13 could be had, we'll see. Agricultural chemical stocks doing great. CF among them being doing very well. It is up against a June high though. Resistance comes in around 32.40. That could be as early as tomorrow. 32.11 was the high today. The next target's going to be 36.7 zone up here. In that zone. There's 5 days to cover in that one. How about that CNAT today, huh? 38% on 23 million shares. Certainly broke the falling wedge and exploded, and looks like it's headed higher. We like the way that one looks a lot, and I think the stock has some legs. We'll have to just see if over the next few days this stock can extend. It's a swing trade with a target of 6.75, 7. That could be had tomorrow, and then looking for 8.25 up here. CRC looking very good. This is the California Resources Oil Company. Broke the declining top line, pop, retested it, ran up, formed a little wedge, broke out today apparently. 1.6 million, up $1.52 or 8%. Looks like it could be headed to 25. 4.5 days to cover. CRR swing trade also doing well, up another 44 cents at 4.2% on 0.75 million. Up against resistance, but it looks like it's going to make a run at the 12.10 range short term, maybe even 13. 6.5 days to cover in that one. New swing CSOD jumped another 94 cents today, and it broke out of that little coil. But what I want to see now is can we get this over the high from a week and a half ago at 43.36? If we do, 46.7 zones my target. EMG with a big day today, 1.7 million. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for the stock, huge. Looking at the long-term chart, you can see it's the highest level achieved in about almost 3 years. And to me, it looks like it's going to make a run at this little spike high around 292, and then maybe we can get lucky and get up to 4 plus. HIIQ continues to explode. Fantastic move today. Another 4 or 5 days in a row up, breaking out of that flag. Today reaching 1925, up about 5-6 points this week in the last 5 days. At the top of the channel, there could be some resistance right up here around 1920. IPI, this is a low price plate in the agricultural chemical group, and you can see that after the explosive move in the wedge we showed you over the weekend, today it popped from 215 to 264. That's a 20% pop on 3 million, biggest volume in a couple weeks. I'm looking for a test of 3 and then 3.5. Maybe we can get it going beyond that. Copenhagen had a very good day, breaking out of the wedge, popping on 566,000 shares with 12 days to cover. If this continues to get through 3 tomorrow, look for 3.25, 330, and maybe even get this spiking and running up to the high threes. Swing trade LXU broke out of its wedge and popped 88 cents or almost 11%. Volume is the best in about 6 sessions. I'm looking for this to test the $10 range very short term, and we may get it up towards 11 where the top of the channel is. Agricultural chemical, Moss, another gainer in that group, jumped 86 cents or 3%, but it looks like that one broke out of the falling wedge as well. And it could be headed, if it does get to 31.5, we could see 34 on this one. 7 days to cover on that one. MPET, recent swing trade, looking good. Targets were 11 to 14. I fully believe we get to 11 very quickly. We got to 1040 today. And then up there, 14. 8 days to cover on that one. Well, Northern Dynasty Minerals, very, very nice rising channel with great volume today of 11 million shares. However, it looks to me like this is the top of the channel. With 5 waves up, we could very well get a pullback in here. But momentum is strong. We may get some extension on it. How about that NVIDIA, folks? Spiking another 754, almost 7%. Nearly 30 million traded today. It's a new all-time high. Looks like it has energy to get into the 135.40 range. PLT snapping back from support. Today's move was about 3.4% and traded 3.8 million. Need to see if we can get it up past 19.25, get it up towards 20 and then 21. SGYP followed through but didn't do much. It was up 2.77% on 13 million, eating up a lot of stock up here. Perhaps we can make that get up towards 6.75 and then 7.75. Our next targets at the top of the channel, we may reach 8. 8.4 days to cover on that one. Well, Shopify's back going, is starting to move again today, breaking out of the wedge, jumping 230 or 5.5% on 750,000. Looks to me like if this can take out the 45.5 area, this could be on its way to a very big gain. First 50 and then 60. Silica still in play after all these months. The stock broke out as we gave it to you in April in the 23.4 range. Here it is, 58, more than doubled and still going. The target short term 62. And last, and VBIO, there's a stock I hadn't heard of till today, but look at that explosive move. Look at the volume in the last 4 days. Maybe a little bit short term overextended, but really strong pattern. May get 6 on this one short term. Last day's Yelp doing very well, thank you. The swing trade's running, broke out of the wedge, popped and pulled back for 2 days. Today popped to $1.95 or 5%. His volume picked up to 4.3 million, and my $43 target may be high. We'll see. That's the target up here at the October high at 43.36. And that's it for tonight, folks. A lot of interesting charts. Let's make some money tomorrow. Good night, everybody.